who you are just as you are is not only okay, but is extremely important and valuable to the world around you. It is okay for you to come to a place in your life where you realize and you understand that the people around you who love you the most and who truly want the best for you don't understand all the different aspects and facets about you that make you who you are. Your mother, your father, your religious leaders, they all have your best interests in heart for the most part, but they also see you through the lens of who they want you to be. Nothing wrong about that. We all have assumptions that we make about the people that we come in contact with. We all do. We all have expectations. We all have assumptions. My daughter is going to look like this. My son is going to be raised this way. Particular cultures. These are the career choices that we go down. And maybe you're in that situation right now where you feel that you are having to contort who you are, your passions, the desires that are in your heart, the things that you want to pursue. You find yourself trying to contort who you are to fit those expectations of the people around you. Your culture, your family culture, the immediate environment that you're around, something about you, something about what the narratives that you're given, the narratives that you've received from the time that you were 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, telling you this is the way you need to be. And you're afraid, and I know that you're afraid. You're afraid because there's a truth that you're not telling yourself about all of these assumptions that you're doing your best to live up to. You're afraid because the reality of you shape-shifting, contorting who you are, trying to force yourself into a box that doesn't serve you, that doesn't fit you, and that you're truly not happy in, is manifesting itself in a lot of different ways. It's manifesting itself in sickness. It's manifesting itself as depression, as anxiety, isolation, self-hatred, the negative self-talk that you have to yourself and about yourself. You're never comfortable in your own skin. You're not comfortable in a group of people. You always feel as though, and you feel as if you have to put on a performance and a weird mask everywhere you go. And the only time you truly feel like you're free to be yourself is when you close the door to your bedroom and you turn out the lights and you exhale a couple of moments before you go to sleep. And that's not how you're supposed to live. And that is not sustainable. And that will not turn out well for you in the long term, because it didn't turn out well for me. My intention is to save you from that so that you can redeem your time, that you can get back the most valuable asset you have that you will never be able to redeem, and that is your time. Living the full expression of who you're supposed to be unapologetically. So I have a question for you. Who told you this? Who told you that this was the way you had to be? And furthermore, my second question for you is, what are they doing in their lives? I had an interesting experience, an interesting encounter when I was coming into my moment of truth, because we all have a time that we come into those moments of truth, and my intention for you is that what I'm sharing with you, sharing my heart with you, is going to bring you closer to that moment of truth for yourself. And when I came to that moment of truth and I owned it, accepted it, as the truth of who I was, a facet of me, not all of me, but a facet of me. I had a friend who made it very clear to me that I'd spent most of my life living and governing every choice that I'd made with the assumption that everybody else around me knew better than me of what was good for me. I remember I was one of the many devastating events that occurred as a result of me coming into my moment of truth, and that can look differently for anyone. That can be the reality that the career that you've been pursuing for 20 years is not what you want to be doing anymore, or the reality that this marriage that everyone saw as relationship goals that you're in is actually not anything of what people think that it is, and you know it's time for it to go. It may be you're struggling raising a child with special needs and you actually need to reach out for support. There's a moment of truth that we all come to, and if we don't face that moment of truth head on, it's gonna meet us in a harder way down the road. But when I came to that moment of truth for myself, there were many consequences as a result of me doing so, and there were moments of questioning, which happens, and that's totally normal. And when you have those moments in your life of questioning whether or not you made the right choice, when that moment of truth happens for you, it's really important who you have around you, the people that are in your court, the people that are in your ears. And I was talking to a close friend. He said to me, because there are people that had their opinions about what I was doing. Like there are people that are going to have opinions about what you're getting ready to do, the choices you're getting ready to make, the move you're getting ready to make, that you know is going to rock the boat. You know it's going to do it. You know that the consequences are going to be there. You know the kickback's going to come. You know the backlash is going to happen. You know it's coming. And it came from me. And it caused me to question some of my decisions. And he was like, oh, I see. You're assuming that all these people around you know better than you of what it is that you need to do for your life. I see. How would they know that this decision that you're making is the right move when they've never walked one step in your shoes? And why are you giving them so much power over you? Just something I need you to think about. That completely changed the trajectory of my focus, where my decision was concerned, and it helped me develop a greater sense of solidity in myself to know I don't need your agreement. I just need you to know that these are my choices. If you choose to support me, so be it. If not, I will be okay. Same is true for you. You don't need their agreement to do what it is you need to do. You don't need their cosign to confirm that where you're getting ready to go and the step you're getting ready to make in your life is the right move. What you need to do is announce it and let them know, and be unapologetic in your stand. Be solid in you where it's concerned, and know that it's right for you, and then let the chips fall where they may from there.